right now I take the dried red chili, which had been green, and then in the fall it turns red. They dry it, and you purchase it. We purchase it by the big gunny sack. So anyway, I'm doing about 1/3 of a gunny sack today. And what you do is, the first thing you do is take them and put them in water to get all of the dirt that might be on there from storing it in the field. And you just wash them really good. And then the next step I do is I take off the stems and put the pods in a pot. Hi, welcome back. This is Karen in Karen's Kitchen. Yesterday we started making our enchilada sauce, and I showed you the pods, the dried pods that we had, and how to wash them, take the ends off, and then we put them to soak. And I soaked mine overnight in this big pot, and I put a plate on it, weighed it down. And when you get them, after they've soaked, you can see they're reconstituted. And that's what they want to look like. They're not crispy at all. So now what we're going to do is, what you'll need is some salt and garlic. This is what we like in our enchilada sauce. And I always put salt and garlic in it. And you'll need a pitcher of water too to help with the blending. So I'm going to put everything over here, and I'll show you a few. Grab a handful, kind of let them drip out, and you're going to put them in your blender. Now this is a Vitamix, so it's pretty strong, and I fill it up about like that. We like garlic, so I put at least 2, sometimes 3 cloves of garlic in it, and about a tablespoon of salt. It doesn't have to be exact, but I found this is pretty good. And then if you need more when after the sauce is made, you can always add it. So anyway, here it goes. It's going to be loud. Oh, see, if you don't add the water, that's what happens. Duh. Forgot to add the water. So you just add the water about halfway. You don't want to make it too watery. Now blend it. And you don't want to make it smooth. You just want to make it chunky, because we're going to put it through a food mill. So your salsa is going to, the sauce right now is going to be very chunky. It's going to look about like that. And then I pour it in another pan. I should have had over there, and I didn't. So just when it's done, you pour it in the pan. I'll do one more, and then I'll leave you while I finish up, and then I'll come back. But right now, take a couple handfuls of the chili pods. I'll put the water in now so I don't forget. The garlic and the salt. And you just repeat that. I'm going to pour it in with the other. Whoa, splashes. And just repeat until it's all done. Now when I started, I had about 2 sinkfuls. of chili pods that I had washed, if that tells you anything. But you can do as many or as few as you like. We love chili, and instead of freezing it this time, we're going to freeze dry it. We bought it freeze dryer, so we're going to try doing that. But anyway, I'm going to leave you now, and I'll come back when this is all done, and I'll show you the next step. See you later. Well, we're back, and I finished processing all of the red chilies, and this is what I came up with. The next step is to put it through a mill or a strainer so that you don't have any of the skin. You would just have the meat. In the old days, you would use a strainer and a wooden spoon and just keep going like that forever. Then I bought a food mill, and you had to crank it, which still took a lot of time and effort, especially if you did this quantity. We just bought a new product. It's an OMRA food mill, and it's actually for tomatoes, but we tried it out yesterday for red chili, and you'll see it does great. It just goes through it like it was butter. So it's all set up. You have one pan to collect the skins and another one for the chili or tomatoes or whatever you're doing. So we're going to get started. It's a little loud, so bear with us. But you can see in just a matter of minutes we processed all of that chili powder, all the chili pods that we had blended. It's in the bottom of the cabinet here. And I'm going to add this last. That's all. Well, this is about half of the pods, the skins, and that'll go into our compost pile. Now, just a second, I'll pour this in, and you'll see it made a lot of sauce. Now you can stop there and then freeze it, can it, or we're going to freeze dry this. You can leave it unspiced with just the salt and the garlic. What we like, especially with enchiladas, we like to add some tomato. It's Knorr's tomato soup, bouillon, tomato bouillon, and the ground cumin to it. And it's to taste. For a big batch like this, I'll probably use a heaping tablespoon of the Knorr's soup and probably 2 teaspoons of cumin. Anyway, that's it. You can make chili con carne with pork roast or beef, whatever you prefer. You can make enchiladas with tortillas and cheese. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. See you next time.